If you've clicked on this episode, then I'd be willing to bet one of two things. Either one, you're completely new to manifesting. If so, welcome. You're in the right place. I got you. I will help you. It's very simple, straightforward, four-step process. Or you've tried to manifest and you don't think it's a real thing. You don't think it works. But again, I got you because it absolutely works. Your process just might need some tweaking. See, I think a lot of the issue is we get manifesting confused with like wishing on a star. We think that as long as we say we want this particular thing, then it's supposed to show up on our doorstep. And that's not at all how manifesting works. I'm sorry to break it to you. Let's be real. Do you really think that you can just think about $1,000,000 and then it's just going to appear in your account the next day? If you have been unsuccessful in manifesting, it is because you have the process wrong. And yes, it is a process, but I promise it is not complicated. Don't worry, I was there too. I had no idea how to manifest, and I thought I did. I thought it was just a matter of my energy, but I didn't realize that there are a series of steps involved that we must take in order to manifest, to bring our particular desire into fruition. Manifestation is 150% backed by science. It's not just vibes. It's not just woo-woo stuff, I promise. If you are ready to learn the 4-step formula so that you can manifest anything into your life, tune in and shift with me. Welcome back to the On Some Real Shift podcast, where I have real conversations on what it takes to shift your mindset and uplevel your emotional and spiritual life. I'm your host, Vanessa. I'm a certified life coach, mindset transformation coach, NLP practitioner. I do Reiki and sound bath healing, but my favorite title is that I am a student of the university. Welcome back, episode 6. I still can't believe it. We're just going to keep going. Speaking of manifestation, I manifested my very first live show that took place last week, Thursday, January the 23rd, 2025 in Washington, D.C. So I promise you, you are in good hands. I manifested that opportunity before I had even taped my very first episode. I think I had just settled on a name. I didn't have anything out. My powers are strong, and the more I continue to move in ways for my highest good, the easier it becomes to manifest. Now, because I have a deeper understanding of the process, I know it's not just vibes and wishes. Wishes are kind of part of what gets in your way, and I'll explain that a little bit later. In fact, I did my first live show on manifesting. However, what I failed to do was manifest good footage, because the footage I took was garbage. So that's why I'm doing this again as a regular episode, so you guys can still get the content, because we talked about some good things. I want you to think about one thing in your life that you have tried to manifest and have been unsuccessful with. It can be a relationship, a job, a project, a vacation, a dream body. I'm gonna give you a moment. You got it? Okay. Now I want you to ask yourself, did you really believe that this goal, that this manifestation, that this thing you were seeking to obtain or to achieve was truly obtainable for you? Like, did you really, really believe, truly, wholeheartedly within your mind, body, and spirit? Because I'm willing to bet there are a good number of you who had some doubt. And that's part of the problem. See, manifestation truly is the act of aligning our thoughts to our emotions and to our actions. So if you don't have the genuine and sincere, true belief within yourself, within the universe, with whoever your higher power is that you subscribe to, that this outcome is obtainable for you, it's not going to be. It's like trying to grow a garden but pouring salt on top of its soil. Nothing can grow from that. The deeper I got into my healing journey, the more I understood just how much my mindset was either holding me back or propelling me forward, depending on the scenario in my life. For those of you who've listened to like the first episode, you'll know that I have referred to myself as somebody who used to be emotionally and spiritually dusty. And I bring that up because it's relevant. I used to be in a space of being a victim of life, not really being able to take accountability for my role in my suffering, and my vibes were extremely low. My energy was extremely low, and my self-esteem was extremely low. I had a myriad of limiting beliefs that was getting in the way of everything that I said that I wanted. I didn't realize that these limiting beliefs, this imposter syndrome, whatever you want to call it, was completely blocking anything that I was looking to attract. Even though I was saying I want this particular outcome, somewhere deep inside me didn't really believe that it was going to happen for me. Or I didn't think that I was really deserving or capable or smart enough or whatever. See, the conversations that we have with ourselves are extremely, extremely important. They're more important than any conversation that you will have with anybody else. And part of the reason for that is, number one, our brains believe everything that we tell it. Number two, the universe is completely wholly, unequivocally supportive of us. So what does that mean? It means whatever we're thinking here, whatever we're telling ourselves is what it's going to support. So if we tell ourselves, hey, I'm not worthy of said outcome, I'm not worthy or capable of said dream, the universe is going to say, oh, well, they don't think that they're worthy. So let's back that up. Let's continue to show them that they are not worthy. If we don't truly believe that we are capable of receiving our biggest and greatest desires, then the universe is going to respond to that. How is the universe going to believe it and support it if we don't believe it ourselves? And I'm not here just to be all woo-woo. Like I said, I think a lot of times people think that manifestation is just wishing or some magical and mystical thing, but there is science involved. Neuroscience tells us that if we focus on a particular outcome, a part of our brain called the reticular activating system kicks in. And what that does is it filters out any distractions not in alignment with whatever this goal is that you have. And your brain seeks out opportunities that are only in alignment with said goal. If you are somebody who is looking to manifest your person, a healthy relationship, then you can't do that if you're holding on to beliefs like men ain't shit or women ain't shit. And I use that example because I know a lot of us have, and I have too. I'm completely guilty of it. You want a healthy relationship, but on the other hand, you say men ain't shit. So the universe is going to continue to send you ain't shit men. I don't make the rules. That's just how it works. However, if you want to manifest a healthy relationship and your narrative is that there are good men, for instance, or good women, right? You don't have this tainted view on the type of person that you're trying to attract, then your brain is going to seek out people in alignment to fit said healthy relationship. And you don't even realize you're not going to be seeking out relationships with people who are emotionally unavailable, for instance, or situationships, or just appointments. You know what I mean? I manifested my current boyfriend, and he is an angel. The summer before I met my boyfriend, I remember telling a lot of people in my life, well, the people who are close to me, this time next year, I'm going to be living with my man. And I know a lot of people probably thought I sounded crazy because I was not dating anybody. I had no prospects. I wasn't looking for anybody, but there was a deep knowing within my body and also a goal of saying, enough of these raggedy situations. I'm going to manifest a healthy partner and we're going to be living together by this time next year. Spoiler alert, that time next year, we were living together. Mind you, this man did not exist in my life when I put this intention out, but I knew and felt it in my bones and my gut that this was something that I was going to attract in my life, and I only moved in ways to attract it. Manifestation is work, though. It required me to have standards and boundaries that I absolutely had to stick to. And that's just like the quick story. There are specific things that I manifested within the relationship, but I don't want to get sidetracked. All of that to say is, not only do you have to believe, but you have to become an energetic match for what you're trying to attract. Manifesting is completely about aligning your thoughts to your beliefs, to your actions. It also works off the law of assumption. The law of assumption says that we move in a way that says this thing has already happened. This thing that we are seeking is already ours. It's a principle that says your assumptions about your life and your world around you can absolutely shape your reality. So you've heard me ramble about manifesting and how our limiting beliefs can get in the way, but I really want to give you a 4-step easy formula to manifest anything you want in your life. So if you're a newbie, this is perfect for you. Okay, step 1 is be clear. Be clear and intentional on what it is that you're trying to manifest. Know exactly what you want and be specific. This is where visualization can come into play. Visualization is visualizing yourself with this particular manifestation, with this particular goal, with this particular outcome. What does it feel like when this manifestation makes its way to you? What do you feel like? How does it feel physically? Does it have a particular look? Is your destination elsewhere? If so, paint the picture. Put yourself in that space as if that desired outcome has already happened. It's important for us to be able to kind of externalize it. To say it again, be specific. True story of a manifestation gone wrong because I was not specific. But a few years ago, I thought that I had manifested like my ideal partner. Girl, I thought wrong. But he was packaged as everything that I thought I wanted, right? What I failed to specify is that this person should be single. And I know that that sounds crazy, like, well, duh, doesn't the universe know that you're looking for somebody single if you're looking to manifest a partner? No, it doesn't. You have to be specific. Needless to say, that couldn't go anywhere. One of the things that I like to do when I'm visualizing is either write it down in a journal because that helps externalize it and just further reinforces it in our brain, Or I like to take video diaries to myself and talk about what it is that I am looking to achieve or looking to attract. And I love reflecting on the videos once I have achieved the manifestation because I can see the emotion in my face. I can almost pick up the vibe on where I was then versus now, and I just love it. Step 2 is get your energy together and believe that it's already yours. So we've already kind of talked about this, but this to me is the most important step because you can be clear on what you want, but if you don't believe it, you are already blocking yourself. If you don't believe that you are capable, worthy, going to have said outcome for whatever reason, I don't care what it is, then you're not going to. I want you to think of that one thing that you have been looking to manifest. And I want you to think about the things that have been stopping you from manifesting it. What are your actual beliefs around it? Do you believe that you're worthy? Do you believe that you're smart enough, pretty enough, capable enough, experienced enough, lucky enough, worthy enough, whatever blank enough? Because if you don't, then the universe is going to support that. So once you've identified that limiting belief, I want you to ask yourself, well, what facts do I have to back this up 100%? Oh, wait, you said you don't have any, right? It is very rare that our limiting beliefs are true. And what have I said before? Feelings are not facts. Just because you think something, just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true. I talked a little bit about this in the last episode on imposter syndrome, but it's related. Imposter syndrome and limiting beliefs are closely related, right? Imposter syndrome is usually made up of several limiting beliefs. We have to kind of deconstruct where they came from. Let's get off the relationship tip. Let's think about something else. Let's say you're looking to get a new job or change industries, right? But you're worried that you're not smart enough for this new role. Well, you got to ask yourself, what is making you believe that? See, because you were new at your current role at one point, right? But you are smart enough to be there, right? So if you have been smart enough for your current role, what is making you believe that you wouldn't be smart enough for another role? One of the ways that I like to reframe those types of thoughts is tell myself, instead of saying I'm not smart enough for XYZ, I like to say I am learning about XYZ every day. And that's okay. We have to stop holding on to these negative narratives that nobody is feeding us other than ourselves. Would you talk to a friend the way that you talk to yourself? Like for real, if one of your friends were to say, hey girl, I'm looking to start a book club and I want 100 members in my book club by the end of the year. Would you say to your friend, girl, nobody's going to be interested in that. You're not interesting enough. You're not engaging enough. You're not smart enough. Would you really speak to your friend that way? Probably not. So why are you speaking to yourself that way? Like I said, our inner monologue is the most important voice we will ever hear. You're not even going to realize it, but once you start getting used to speaking to yourself in affirming ways, watch how your life shifts. Watch how the opportunities you seek change. Watch your taste in people and scenarios that you involve yourself in go up. Then hopefully you're going to start looking at all the times where you have doubted yourself and realize how ridiculous it ever was. Okay, so let's bring it back. Step 1 is to be clear. Be absolutely clear on what it is that you want from this universe, okay? Step 2 is to check your energy and truly believe. Step 3 is take action. Start aligning your actions to your desires. So back to the relationship example. You want a healthy relationship? Then stop entertaining situationships. Maybe you want to start a business, but you don't know where to start. At the end of the day, we have ChatGPT at our fingertips, Google, whatever you use. It's not an excuse. You need to take one small step towards this goal every single day. Small steps add up. Small steps matter. See, the universe responds to how we move, right? And small steps build momentum. Also, small steps are more sustainable and they help build our confidence in said thing that we're pursuing. Maybe you don't know where to start, so step 1 is to research where to start. Whatever it is, take the step. And step number 4 is to surrender, is to set it and forget it. We cannot become obsessed with the timeline, when or how said manifestation is going to happen. When we start holding really tightly onto these timelines or the how and the when, the universe also responds to that because we're kind of giving out some desperate energy. What we're saying is we don't really trust that this is going to happen. So we got to have a grip on it. If you are unable to trust that process, if you have to stay gripped onto that timeline and to knowing how and when every single thing is going to happen, you're projecting vibrations of lack. And what did I say earlier? The universe is unconditionally supportive of us. So if we are giving out vibes that we are lacking, is going to support that. You are completely undoing the work. You are completely getting into your own way, both spiritually and scientifically. See, it's not up to us how these things happen. It's just up to us to navigate it properly with the cues that we get from the universe. So now we know the 4 steps. It is to be clear about your intentions. Number 2 is to get your energy together and make sure that you truly and firmly believe. This is where you get rid of all of your limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome. Step 3 is taking action. Just do it. Small little steps. And step 4 is to set it and forget it. Just surrender to the universe and trust that it is on its way. I want us to do a quick exercise together, and I want you to think about one thing that you are looking to manifest within the next 30 days. Okay? Think about it, and I want you to write it down. Matter of fact, I would like for y'all to drop it in the comments of this video. So now that you've identified what you want within the next 30 days, I want you to write down what is one small step that you can take today that is going to get you closer to that goal. And write that down too. Don't forget, the universe matches your energy, not your words. Okay, we're going to take this homework one step further. Now, I want you to identify one small step that you can take every day between now and the 30 days. Write it down and take the steps. And these steps should be intentional. Now, I want you to set a reminder on your phone, and in 30 days, come back to this video and let me know where you are with your manifestation, okay? You know, it might seem simple, and it is, but it takes practice because we really have to align our thoughts with our emotions and with our actions. Without one of those 3, it's not possible to manifest anything. It's a feedback loop, and one relies on the other. I can give you tons of stories on things that I have manifested over the years, okay? And I have shocked myself. At the end of the day, we all have the power to manifest literally anything that we want to. I think when doubt comes in is because a lot of people don't understand that manifestation is an active process. It is not just wishing upon a star and waiting for something to show up at your doorstep. Sure, miracles can happen, but that's different than a manifestation. And when you've gone through the process, you know the difference. It's just incredible to see how much power we have over our lives, and we oftentimes think that we're stuck, but we're not. You have the ability to transmute anything that you receive into something positive. This was a lesson in manifestation, but this was also a little bit of a lesson in the importance of self-love. And the more we get to know each other, the more I'll talk on it. But self-love is really at the root of so much. And without it, we block ourselves from opportunities that are waiting to reach us. So many times we let the fear of what could happen stop us, or the judgment of others. But none of those things matter. This is your life. You have the keys. You're in the driver's seat. If you're having trouble with limiting beliefs, I would love for you to drop them in the comments, and then maybe we can find a way to reframe them. You deserve the things that you desire. And like I always say, you are far more capable than you even give yourself credit for. We're going to revisit this. I'm going to check on you guys. I hope you found today's episode helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. Also, please subscribe. It really, really helps me. I realize I'm terrible at asking for this, but it's important. I really am passionate about sharing the things, the nuggets that I have learned as a student of the university, as a life coach, as a mindset transformation coach, as just a being on this planet, right? I know that if I can go from being like a sad little emotionally and spiritually bankrupt person to somebody with a regulated nervous system and confidence and filled with gratitude and love most moments and most days, then so can you. So that's it. Thank you for your time. I will see you in the next episode. Peace.